But first, Joy, now you're going to show us something you found on your trip to Chicago. It's a tour that's like hands down one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
And you know, there are few better ways to see the Windy City than from the Chicago River.
That is right. And if you're a fan of history and architecture, I found something to add to your must-do list for your next visit to Chicago. Check this out. Hi guys, I'm standing along the Chicago River with Tom Carmichael, and Tom is a docent for the Chicago Architecture Center tours. Now, there are architecture tours on the river, but they're not all like this one. What sets yours apart?
Well, ours sets apart, well, first, the big news is that in terms of locals, the Chicago readers say that we are the best tour in the city. And then nationally, USA Today says we are the best boat tour in the U.S.
I hear nothing but good things about this tour. I'm really excited to take it. But people like you are trained differently than people on other tours.
Right. We go through quite an extensive training. An initial training to provide us background in just the city of Chicago, the history of the city, the architecture of the city, and then additional training that lasts about 3 months to prepare us to give the river cruise.
Tell me what we're going to see along the way along the river. This is about an hour-and-a-half tour, right? What all do we see?
It's a 90-minute tour. What you're going to see, well, something that's important to remember, basically Chicago's 150 years old. The city burned down in 1871. Yeah. So everything around us is less than 150 years old. So the oldest thing we see is from 1898, just the turn of the century, and then we see buildings that were completed in 2020. So you see the span of Chicago architecture, literally, in the last 120 some years. You hear great stories about the city, the history of the city, the people who made the city. So you not only get to, it's a lot of eye candy because the buildings come right to you. You're sitting there in the river on the boat. You can see the buildings from street level all the way up to the very, very tip top, which is unusual because like in New York, when you do the Circle Cruise, it seems like miles away from the buildings. Here, you are right up against them.
They just come to you, essentially, is what it's like, I guess, when you're on the water. What are some of the details that you point out? I understand, like, Art Deco and influences like that are huge.
Right, yeah. Well, we look at a variety of architectural styles, historically inspired buildings like the Wrigley Building that's just behind us. Art Deco from the 20s and 30s is a style that's really popular with a lot of people. Mid-century modernism, that kind of very austere, rectangular, unadorned. Then the reaction to that with postmodernism in the 80s and 90s, where things are just big and exaggerated and over the top. And then we come around to contemporary, what's happening today in tall buildings, which I think is really interesting to see how tall buildings today mix the past with the future. It's pretty exciting.
And I've been told everybody pretty much gets an outdoor seat. How many do you fit on the boat, and what are some of the amenities on the boat? Okay,
well, the boats are the pride and joy of the Chicago First Lady. Those are the people we use for our boats. They are wonderfully clean. The big ones hold around 150 people. The smaller ones hold around 90, 80 people. Bars, of course.
You can have a cocktail.
You're on the water. You've got to have a drink. Bars, great. restrooms, marble restrooms, no less.
Whoa, so fancy.
We have, and then great seating. And literally everybody who wants to sit outside can sit outside. If you'd rather be in the salon where the bar is, go down and sit in the salon.
So people come from all over the world, I'm sure, to take this. Do you do these year-round?
No. We're in Chicago.
Yes, I know. I just wonder.
So we start at the early April, and we will run all the way through Thanksgiving. So yeah, we do it when the weather's nice in Chicago, and the summers are terrific here.
They really are. So we're going to take off from right over here, and then we're going to head this way and turn around and come back?
Yeah, we're going to head up to what's called the confluence, is where the Chicago River is shaped like a Y. So we go into the North Branch first, come back, go into the South Branch, come back, and then we go all the way out to a lock that separates Lake Michigan from the river. And there we turn around and come back here. So that's 90 minutes.
And you do them during the day, but you also do them at night.
We do evening cruises, right, yeah. When the sun's going down, the city lights are coming up. Those are really special. It's interesting to me how the city seems more intimate at night. It seems to close in. It's a very different experience than going during the day.
That's what I've heard. It's a whole different tour, really, at night. Tom, thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome.
look forward to it.
Great.
Bon voyage.
Another building.
It
Boy,
was
that is
so
something.
fun. And my daughter, thank you, Audrey, for going along and shooting a video for me. So
Yeah.
we also went to the top of the Willis Tower. I know you'd love that, Tom. So
I would. Anytime you want to go up there, I love it. That's great. I am not going to walk out.
Oh, come on.
No.
It's so
No.
cool. We'll show you that in the
No.
coming days as soon as I get it put together.
Yeah,
anyway,
well, I'm going to
fun.
turn around
I love
when you
Chicago.
show it. Okay.